Let's move along here. JC, your next topic is creating custom sync profiles with QuickCollections.
Oh, I'm still on. Great. Say that one more time. What am I showing?
Okay, it's creating custom sync profiles with QuickCollections.
Ah, yes, absolutely. So let's go to my favorite subject, which is the underwater world, right? And this is a fresh library. I don't know if I have, yeah, I do have a quick collection here for my best underwater photos. And notice that this quick collection is really very simple. I'm asking Mylio to show me any photo that has the underwater category assigned to it. And you learned a little bit ago about categories when we're talking about spaces, right? So what I do when I take underwater photos, they tend to go into a folder. I assign the underwater category to that folder. So every photo that goes into that folder, that category automatically gets assigned to it. I'm also asking the software to show me not only photos that are in the underwater category, but that have the 4 and 5 stars rating assigned to it. These are what I consider some of my best underwater photos. So I created that collection. And if I wanted to recreate that collection, let me just show you how I did it. I simply said, okay, Mylio, I'm looking at all my photos here, all 46,040 photos. I want to find my underwater photos. So I can start typing underwater here. Mylio is going to say, oh, you have a category called underwater. I also have underwater in other areas, like the different folders from the locations I visited, but I want the entire category. So I select that. And now I have the underwater category. And in my case, I'm going to pin this. And then I'm going to go to ratings and I'm going to say, okay, I narrow my library from 45,000 photos to 4,000 photos that are in the underwater category. But now I want to narrow it further by only seeing the 4-star and the 5-star photos. So now I've narrowed that to only 75 photos. I can select Quick Collection and save that as a new Quick Collection and name it. And save that. Now that category is there. I can always go back to it by clicking the Quick Collection button and say underwater best photos. But now I can see that I can use this not only to find those photos for a filter, but to assign this as a syncing policy to a specific device. So I'm very proud of my underwater photos. So I want to have the best version of all of those photos in a particular device. So I'm going to go here to my devices. And notice that I have my iPad here. I'm going to launch Mylio on my iPad. 1 second so that it comes online. Not that it has to be online for this to work, but I just want to show you. So if I select my iPad and I go to my device sync policy, my iPad is set to be space saver, right? It is putting all of all of the thumbnail versions of my entire library are in that iPad, and then it's putting the optimized version of the images. But I also want the original files in the iPad with me all the time. And I want specifically the originals of this quick collection that I created of my best underwater photos.
So JC, for
Yes,
some of our folks, that's a little bit deep. Let's put that in everyday lay terms. So Mylio always syncs the catalog, and that's a thumbnail, which is just a postage stamp size image. So you can browse and see a reference image and see your grid view, but you can't really, it's blurry if you try to go bigger than grid view, right?
Right.
Okay. And so then optimized images are our everyday images that are what you're going to put on your mobile devices. It's what's on Mylio Drive. And what's an optimized image good for?
It's good for just about everything. You can use it to share it to social media. You can use it for everyday use. You can edit that image within Mylio and get the same level of editing capacity that you would get from the original file. And you can even print those files up to about a 5:7 resolution and get a really good quality print.
Yeah, so there's and that's what we call our space saver technology. But in this case, because you're super passionate and you're going to be around other people who are going diving, you guys want to pixel peep. You want to zoom into the smallest detail. What's that brine shrimp over there? What's that thing? Or you might want to be projecting this and making a giant print. So you just want to have all the quality. And so you're putting that down as an original file on your tablet, but just these original files, not everything.
Correct. So what I'm going to do right here, my preset is Space Saver. So that's already determined. My iPad already has those optimized images. But in addition, I want this specific collection, my best underwater shots, to be saved as originals. So I just go to the original tabs here. I click Add Quick Collection to Sync. I find that quick collection that I just created, and I click Add. And notice that now that is part of the photos that are going to be synced to that device. So now my tablet, if I were to go to my tablet right now, I would see that the original version of those photos is going to exist in my iPad. And when I open that photo in my iPad, I'm actually opening the full-size original of that file. So it's just that easy. It's really simple. If I select all these files, you'll notice that my iPad wants all the originals, and they're synchronizing. It already had the optimized version, but there's the original syncing to that iPad, all 75 of them. All right, that is how you do it. That is how you use a quick collection. And you can use a quick collection to make sure that a device has full-size originals, but you can also use it for optimized images. So say I have a device that's very limited in space, like an older phone. I could go to that device and still say, like my Surface tablet. My Surface tablet, if I go to the device sync policy, it says catalog only. So it's only keeping those very small blurry images because I don't have a lot of space in that Surface tablet, but I still want the optimized version of my underwater photos so that I can have a good experience with those photos when I'm using that tablet. So instead of adding the originals, I'm going to go here to the optimize panel. I'm going to uncheck this button so that it lets me have a differentiator between the two tabs. And I'm going to add that same collection. And now the best underwater photos in optimized resolution are going to be saved to that Surface tablet. And by the way, that Surface tablet is still in Seattle. I'm in Florida right now, but that Surface tablet, I left it on apparently, and it's connecting and it's sending the optimized images all the way to that tablet in Seattle, because that's what Mylio does. It helps you keep your devices connected and in sync. All right, so that's how you create quick collections and how you use them for syncing. And there's some quick collections that we've already added, things like last 3 months. That's a really useful quick collection that you can apply to a device so that, for example, if I go here to any device and I assign it could be the same Surface tablet. I could say add a quick collection, and I can say, oh, it's not in here. But I could say, show me all the photos from the last 3 months. And I can assign that quick collection to that device so that it would save my most recent photos in a better resolution than just what the catalog version is. You can create infinite combinations of these quick collections and use them as sync policy exceptions.
JC, we've got several people asking about custom quick collections.
Yes.
Can you show that real quick?
I can't see the questions right now, so if you can.
Okay, so let's see here.
So if they're asking about combining them, JC. So can you use multiple quick collections as sync policies?
Absolutely. So I can go to my devices panel again, and I can go to the Surface tablet here, and I already added the underwater best photos to be optimized images that get saved, but I can add another one. I can say all of my 4- and 5-star photos, or I can create a new quick collection. Let's create one really quick. Let's say that I want all the photos of my granddaughter. I can start typing the name. There's Lucy. There's all the photos of Lucy. So I can create a quick collection that includes Lucy. Hit save. Now, if I go to that device, I can add another collect. Oh, not people. Sorry, I forgot that people is not one of the. It's one of the filters that we don't use. We don't use as a syncing policy. So that was a bad example. My bad.
Yes.
Let's create a different one.
But albums work great, and it's very
albums
easy.
were great, and I
It's
happen to
everything.
have a Lucy album. So if I start typing here, Lucy, you'll notice that one of the things that comes up is Lucy the album. So I can create a quick collection based on that.
We can't tell you're a proud grandpa or anything there, JC.
No, not at all. That is the first share gallery that our share album that I try when I upgraded to version 24 is all the photos of the grandkid. Okay, now let's go to devices, and I can add the quick collection for the Lucy album. Oh, I think I didn't save it. Did I not save it? Second, I'm having a bit of a technical difficulty here.
No problem. While you're getting that double check, JC, I'll tackle a few of the other questions that are in here.
Yes,
so,
please.
We had one here that said that they accidentally imported a quick collections folder to their library and they'd like a way to delete them. I'm not sure how you would have brought in a quick collections folder. Quick collections are a saved set of rules. So if you can explain your question a little bit, Robert. Luke, why are some files supported and some not as sync policies? Dion, if you want to explain that at all, you're welcome to. I'll take the layman's answer, which is some of them are very straightforward and performant, so it's easy to do. Others are a bit more dynamic or require your confirmation. So we go with certain ones that are sort of like containers. It makes it easier to define things.
Yeah, that's correct. So mostly it's for quick collections that the data is not stored next to the media. So it's not stored in XMP file. So in order to synchronize that, it would take a lot longer to calculate what to synchronize. So we're basing it on feedback. We're watching forum, etc. So if there's additional items that people want to filter on, we'll respond to those first. But they have to be specially optimized, where the ones that the data is stored for in the XMP all work the same way.
Great. So you can head on over to forum.mylio.com and post there. We have a features request area, and there's a great post that Dion's got running there called Big Block of Cheese Day about bugs, and you can submit that. But we are very responsive to feedback, and we will continue to expand those quick collections as we go forward. But as Dion said, there some of them work better than others right now, and there's others that we can fine tune. So hopefully that makes sense. JC, let me know if there's something else that you wanted to show. Otherwise, we'll switch over.
No, just adding one more quick collection. And,
Yep.
One of the things that you can do is you can use, for example, a file type. So in this case, I want to add a quick collection that only puts photos and not videos on a particular device. So videos tend to take a lot of space, but if I want to have all my photos in the device, I can add that quick collection. And the question earlier was, can you have multiple quick collections? And here you have a demonstration of that. So